Rafi, once again, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you are a project, you do project management.
Yes.
Who are some of your clients that you have?
I've worked for the UN. I've worked for TIGO. I've worked for the United African Congress in the US. That's the umbrella body for the blacks in the US. And then I've also worked for the Pan-African Congress. I mean, in terms of helping organize the Pan-African Congress too as well. So these are just a few.
And your work entails what?
I train and consult. So I provide solutions. If you have problems within your organization, we go in there, identify the problems and fix it. And then also, if your staffs need some training, we equip them with the necessary skills they need.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that's what you do full time.
Yeah.
Interestingly, somewhere along the line, you wanted to go to medical school. You wanted to go to medical school.
Yeah, I mean, the universal education. The interest was to do medicine. So I had a nickname, Medico.
Wow.
Because
was that really your nickname?
Yeah, Medico. I was passionate about, medicine. So we were those guys who learn day in, day out. Anytime you enter to the Equafor dining room, you know where I sit automatically. But unfortunately, somewhere along the line, I was disappointed. We were part of those who were selected for interview. And then we went for the interview and we couldn't make it. Legon was practicing this interview session before you are admitted to the medical school. So you get a grade point. When you get to the grade point, the mark, you qualify for an interview. Then you go for the interview and then they select about 67 people out of the 170 people that qualified for the interview. But I didn't qualify, but I think it's a blessing in disguise. So because I ended up in the theater at the end of the day. Medical school would have taken me into the theater.
I like that. Whichever way you look at it, there's a theater. Fantastic. But your passion and love for plays, that's what really many people know. You know, when we hear like, oh, the one who wrote I Can't Think Far, the one who, you know. How did you get into writing to begin with? What?
I think that sometimes they say some unfortunate incidents happen, and then
something
comes, the door opens. I was working with one guy who was actually, I love promoting my colleagues. So I was passionately helping someone who was writing, and then I would do the production and directing.
Okay.
But we did our second play, and I don't know, I think he had a mindset that we're cheating him. I don't know why he had that mindset. So he felt like, no, the amount we're paying him for writing is too small. So then he's checked the global standard and the US, the Broadway, how much they charge. He charged like $10,000.
Yeah.
And so he's going to charge me $10,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, here in Ghana. And I felt like, so I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're all writing comedy. So later on, the thing became serious. Let's go and produce the next play. And he was like, what I said. Okay. And I said, okay, so just calm down. Then he went to 8,000. And then he said, yeah. And he said, that's final. Wow. And then that is the end. Wow. So I was like, but this play thing, I've been putting my heads together already. So let me just start putting things together on my own and then see what I can do. Then I came up with my first play. And then that's Thank God for Idiots. It was wonderful. I had a full auditorium.
Wow.
And Ghanaians loved it.
Wow.
So that is it. That's how it just started. It started by the fact that, look, I must motivate myself to do my thing. I can't always rely on people. Because sometimes when you rely on people so passionately, they tend to disappoint you. So that made me a playwright. And
so that's how you got into playwriting?
Yeah. Fantastic. So I'm so grateful to him for disappointing me.
Does he know that he knows. Played a good role in... You're becoming
I think he should know, because I was not passionate about writing. One thing I believe in, distribution of job. So if I'm good at directing, producing, and organizing events, let me just leave this role for someone to handle. So, but it happens that the person disappointed me, and I had no one to rely on, because the kind of plays Ghanaians need now to revive theater was something else. It was after my first play, that's when BBC called me for an interview.
Fantastic.
And that was a motivation. That was really a motivation to keep going. And you know the ups and downs of theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
But the important thing is sticking to it.
Exactly.
You know,
consistency.
because those ups and downs, you can't avoid them.
Exactly.
And especially in our parts of the world too, the ups and downs, there are more ups and downs than you can even think of. You know.
It's
but once you
serious.
stick to it, then eventually.
Yeah,
I
think yeah. Interestingly, I had a very good experience when I started. I started so, I don't know, I just, then boom, then I had a auditorium filled up. And I made a lot of money. I was excited. Hey, now theater is the way to go. Then after my 1 or 2 decisions, after my first play, I did the next play.
Yeah.
And I had about 100 people in the auditorium.
Wow.
And I spent a lot.
Wow.
Okay, so that is when you...
When you do your own postmortem, what was the reason why?
Choice of media partnership.
Really?
Yeah, the strategy was wrong for the second one, and it was so obvious. So I learned from it, but I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Because I ended up selling things, selling my car.
Yeah.
I was in debt for about 1.5 years. So
Yeah.
I stopped producing for about 1.5 years,
Yeah.
and then I was like, no, I need to go back to that thing, man. Whatever it takes.
Wow.
There was so much pressure at home because no, this is a guy who was supposed to be in medical school. My dad was fighting for me to go to abroad for medical school because he thinks he has all the resources. So what are you wasting time here? I said no, it's theater. It's theater. So I actually went to read my master's, but I did it in project management because I was passionate about being an entrepreneur. And now the medical thing, medical or suicide. The nickname was medical or suicide. So the medical or suicide thing, I don't think I can continue with it. The passion keep on growing, even though people were calling me for their allowances and their monies after staging it.
Yes.
It was hell, but I still made sure.
And the interesting thing about, as you said you had a passion for it, you know. The passion is what sustains you. Because in any other thing, when you go through the downs and there's such a hustle, you just get rid of it. But that passion is strange. No matter how down you go, no matter the ups, it keeps pushing you.
Yeah, because until last year, I've been doing plays for the past 7 years. It is until last year that my dad accepted that I'm a playwright. Because we've been fighting.
Wow.
Maybe he's watching now.
You've been arguing.
Yes, we've been arguing. I mean, he says, this is not the way to go. No. You're a brilliant guy. You did. He prefers to, focus on even the lecturing aspect of it and stop the playwriting. Because anytime he hears about playwright, I owe somebody. I need money from him. Anytime play. And it was hell. It was hell. So now I stage plays without telling him. That was the strategy. But at the end of the day, he sees it on TV, sees it in the newspapers, and it's like, what the heck is going on again? Now he leaves me with my mom. He doesn't complain to me. He speaks to my mom. Speak to your son. Speak to your son. This theater thing. But everybody's happy now.
Everybody's happy now. Has he come to?
Yes. It's going so well. My patrons, I don't know how to even describe them because you advertise once and people are ready to buy tickets now. People are just ready to contribute.
There's a factor is called the reliability factor. You know, the audience or the market accept you as reliable and they know you're going to deliver what they're looking for. Exactly. So once you have that big R factor, it carries you through. Because they don't even have to hear about the whole title. They have to hear, oh, it's done by Latif.
Exactly. They don't even need the storyline.
They don't need a storyline.
It's not like, oh, Charlie, then I go laugh. that is it. And the trick to my colleagues is that Ghanaians already are stressed up. So I think that from my point of view, serious drama doesn't really work for a lot of people. People really want to come. You see, you can write anything and make it serious, very educative. People will come and tell you, oh, you show, what kind of show is this? But thank God for Idiot. It was not making any sense. That was my first play. If you read the storyline, it was just like patches. You get it. But because it was very hilarious, people were like, this is the best play ever. Wow. I did a re-show. I mean, rerun. The auditorium was packed. And I was like, oh, so Ghanaians just want to be happy.
Yeah.
And they want a quality product.
Yeah.
So if you give them a quality product, that will make them happy. They will change after it all the time.
And more importantly, I don't know, you hit it on the note when you said that we want an escape to laugh.
Yep.
So the same message, if it's presented to them very seriously,
it hasn't
to
worked.
be boycotted.
Yes.
If you bring the same message and make it hilarious, they will come and they will laugh.
Practical example, I Can't Think Far.
Yeah.
It was a very serious play.
Very serious play.
Election-oriented play.
Yeah.
Just to equip people with anger management skills. Yes, we wanted to teach people how to manage their anger, especially the people in the hotspot areas during election. And the strategy was like, how do we go about it? When you tell people to come for training, they won't come. But guess what? When we told them that, look, we went to the hotspot areas, gathered the boys, the macho men and everything, we told them that, look, we have something titled, a play titled, I Can't Think Far. Very hilarious.
They came.
All the auditorium from Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, Tamale, fully packed. We brought together over 12,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Wow.
People were ready. You see, okay, I'm sure maybe the brand was built from Accra and the excitement was built from Accra, but people were willing and ready to be part of this process. I Can't Think Far process. And I don't know, they were like, what? You're teaching us anger management? And I said, yes, that's what you need.
That's a lesson.
Yeah, that's a lesson.
And I think the best part of it is that if you go to them and say, I have this serious presentation on anger management, I want people to come and listen, they won't come. But when you put it in a play and say it's called I Can't Think Far, they will pay.
They will pay and come.
And they pay, then they pay and come, you know. So that's it. Yeah. But you've done very, very well sticking with the playwright. What's coming up next?
Judas and Delilah.
Ooh, Judas and Delilah.
Judas and Delilah. Simply an obsessed watchman. A watchman who is obsessed about a nurse. It happens in a hospital setting. It's about a watchman who is obsessed about a nurse. And the nurse is also obsessed about the doctor. But the doctor is, I don't care.
Don't give us too much. I want to leave us in suspense.
Judas and Delilah. Another hilarious piece.
Fantastic.
Humor packed, music infused, and dance electrifying play. Trust me. You'll love it.
And that's all you need to say, man. It's Lateef from the creators of I Can't Think Far. And you sold it.
Yeah, and you see, and we don't take our audience and patrons for granted. Because we know what they want, we try as much as possible to also make our plays better. I keep telling people, they always ask, so which of the plays? You've done so many plays. So which of the plays is the best? I told them, my next play is the best play. So watch out for it.
Wow.
Watch out for Judas and
Delilah. Fantastic. My final question, and this is a question that I throw to all creative artists who like what you're doing, playing to a market, you know. Do you study the market and decide this is the trend that the market wants, let me go this trend? Or do you say, let me create something the market hasn't seen before?
I throw what the market likes.
Okay.
When I'm able to capture them, then I
give
give them
something
extra.
that you want to introduce to them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because, I mean, in our industry, you know, theater is not really well. It's now that it's been accepted by people, but people are a bit relaxed when it comes to theater.
I think you and the Bo White are doing very well. I mean, your shows are selling, so I don't know what that means, that these are the people that we have accepted, endorsed to go to their shows.
No, but
because other shows quite struggle.
Yeah, but we are helping them too. Now I'm helping a couple of people to come up. I mean, Ghanaians should have options. You see, when people are coming up, they put us on our toes to give Ghanaians the best. So we are still supporting people to come up, and I keep training people. For instance, we just did something with what's the name? Water Aid, with 6 basic schools to engage Parliament through drama on the on what do you call it? On their rights to water, health, and sanitation on World Water Day. And I think it's an opportunity to also train people to take up or to also be part of the theater space.
So that's great, though. But keep it up, man. Keep it up. And what are the days for the next performance?
6th, 7th of May.
Okay, I'll be reminding you guys. I'll be reminding you when the play is
definitely.
coming on. I'll be running on this platform.
Yeah.
And we wish you the best, Lateef. You've done very, very well.
Thank you
Keep
so
it
much.
up.
Thank you
and,
so
and
much.
the lesson that the passion carries you through, you're a living example. You know.
Thank you.
So keep it up.
And I'm so grateful to my audience. They made me a success.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to them.
Well, you give them something that they appreciate.
I think so.
So they came to see it.
Yeah,
And
they
your,
love it.
your
And
R factor is there. They
Yeah.
can rely on you to have
yeah.
something excellently
Yeah.
delivered.
We
So,
try as much as possible to give them 3 plays a year.
fantastic.
And then now we're moving across the other cities to
Fantastic.
engage them. So
Put your hands together for Lateef Abubakar. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
Don't move, don't blink, don't breathe. The KSM Show will be right back.
The KSM Show